The following program is for mature audiences only. None of the information provided is intended to be medical or any other professional advice requiring licensing through any regulatory agency. It is for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Amy Satori. I'm an intuitive spiritual counselor assisting in raising the vibration of our planet. I was born with extraordinary gifts, experienced enlightenment for 6 months years ago, speak light language, and channel a being called Celeste, who is an ambassador for a galactic council of 60. I am able to scan your energy field for emotional blockages and talk to or aid in the healing of your organs using Qigong energy healing. I can also help you make decisions, talk to your pets, deceased loved ones, and your friends and family's higher selves. I can help you navigate your relationships and answer pressing questions in your life by talking with the unseen world. I use these skills I've developed to translate the images, feelings, impressions, and messages I'm given while tuning into you and your situation. I work Thursday through Saturday as a psychic for the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado, and conduct remote readings all over the world. You can order a private reading from my website at amysatori.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on Podbean, Instagram, my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook, and YouTube. Set a reminder in your phone to call live on the show any Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, or 8:30 Eastern, to ask me a question, receive a blessing, or have me do some energy work on you. So, my friends, without further ado, let's get to today's show. And thank you for listening to and watching the Satori Show. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you're just listening on Podbean or Spotify, these also get uploaded to YouTube as well, so you could actually watch me doing the show if you should feel like doing that. Wrote a little note here. Thank you so much to those of you who've been sending donations via my PayPal link, which is below these videos. It's paypal.me/Amy Satori. And to those who've been sending cards and gifts to the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, I really appreciate you guys being so supportive and sweet throughout my whole ordeal. I also appreciate those of you who've taken the time to comment below these videos. I do read all of your comments and sometimes only have time to like or love your comment, but know that my heart is with you, even if I wasn't able to comment back. Thank you also to those of you who've requested that I talk about certain topics. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel and set your bell notifications so you'll get these as soon as they come out. Join me on Instagram for the most up-to-date information and little surprises I put out now and then, and to get to know me better on a more personal level. You can also join my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook if you'd like to pose a question to a group of like-minded people who share the same journey. And if you order a personal reading, the wait is only about 7 to 14 days. At this point, I've gotten all caught up from the delays due to my surgery. So this would be a good time to order, guys. I'm able to sit, a lot longer than I was able to. I'm not super comfortable doing regressions yet because it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours of sitting perfectly still so that I don't disturb you in your hypnotized state. So if you do want a regression, just know that it's going to take a little bit of time. Everything else is a go. Everything's good. So we're just going to wait for someone to call. Let's see. Maybe we'll pull some cards while we wait. Why not? I got on a little early without realizing. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? A wedding is coming up for some of you. Oh my gosh. Wow. I've had like weddings and weddings and weddings and weddings and weddings. I mean, this is definitely like the season. And it's on the masculine's minds, you guys, and your minds, obviously. But everybody's wanting to get married. That's awesome. Oh, hang on. A card was just sticking out. Huh. Interesting. someone from the past re-emerges in your life, this gives you the opportunity to handle things differently than you did before. Stand firmly in your power, yet stand also in the light of love. The universe is presenting you with a fresh opportunity to clear away any lingering karma linked to this relationship. So I feel like for some of you, you might get an offer from a person in the past. Maybe somebody who wouldn't commit to you before is ready to commit now. If not, then maybe you've chosen a soulmate or a soul flame to go with instead, and you're going to have to like come to terms with your twin flame and let him know that you've chosen someone else, and like get on the same page and kind of clear away any kind of reconcile with him and get in a good place with him and let him know you're moving on. Okay. Honeymoon. Look at the deck is this big, you guys. You guys aren't even going to know this. Those of you who are calling in aren't even going to know all of this until you go to watch the video. This is hilarious. Honeymoon. Honeymoon and wedding are the two cards that come out right now. I mean, do you think the universe had its hand in me coming on early? And I've never pulled cards prior to one of these shows before. First time in history. That's amazing. So honeymoon can also mean that you and this other person are actually just kind of taking time away with each other. So it could just be, spending a couple times, well, maybe a couple times, but a couple of hours or something like that, just getting to know each other better and spending some time alone, uninterrupted. Ooh, wait a minute. I just felt some insinuation of sex there. So maybe some of you are going to be, well, obviously if you're going to get married, then you're going to be having sex, but that's too funny. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So, I just put out a Lighthouse alert. You guys might want to watch that, but it kind of talked about this a little bit. You might not end up with the person that you've been, thinking about this whole time. It might end up being like a soulmate or a soul flame or something totally different than you were anticipating. And this might be, if you didn't, there just could be some big differences between you guys. It could be age, race, religion, all kinds of things. So you could watch my video here on YouTube talking about vast differences, how to get over vast differences or what to do about vast differences. That would be a good one for you to watch if you have issues where you feel kind of insecure about maybe the differences between you and somebody else. Okay, so separation card. Separation card is also a card about breakups because it's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about like really taking a good look and evaluating what you really truly want out of love. And I've talked about this, I think, on the last show, but it would be a really good idea to actually draw out, make a creative project. Everybody needs to get creative right now. It's such a great time for new beginnings and things that you're trying to create. But make a throne for your king and for the queen, and draw on the queen's throne all the things that you love, all the things that represent you. If you love cats, you'll put a cat head. Or if you feel like, the owl has always been very special to you, put an owl on your throne. Just draw it and be playful with it. You don't have to be some kind of great artist or anything. It's more about the intentions you're setting. And then go to your king's throne and decorate his throne on things that make you feel, I don't know, things that you want kind of symbolically representing your man. So, I mean, I'm not even going to put ideas out there. I don't know. I suppose if you think your man should like Harleys or something, put the Harley symbol on there. Or, if you think that he'll probably like blue. And I'm not talking about using your intuition to try to tune into the guy. You're not trying to guess who the guy is or even project your stuff from your masculine on there. Just put anything that occurs to you that feels it actually could be, you could use your intuition for that. But I'm just saying you're not trying to predict who the person is necessarily. You're just putting a bunch of symbolism down. And then what'll happen is the universe will kind of wink at you as you get to know all these different guys, and you'll start to see some of these symbols surface. You'll start to see a Harley Davidson. When you're on this date with this guy walking along, you'll see like something pretty obvious, and you'll just be like, oh my gosh, this could be the guy. So it kind of gives the universe a way of giving you all these cool little signs and synchronicities as to who the person is, who the best person is for you. And some of you have been having dreams and stuff. I know I have been having, oh my gosh, the dreams have been absolutely incredible. And when you dream about somebody, it's like both of your subconscious minds trying to figure out if you guys are a good fit. So hopefully it's a really encouraging dream, or there could be a narrator who's speaking to you or showing you something, but pay attention to how you feel in the dream, because that's the most important part of the dream, not necessarily what's happening in it, but how you feel. Okay, so one more card. Express your love. 'Tis the season. Express your love, you guys. Some feminines, I'm encouraging them, go ahead and reach out to your masculine. And some of you are really fed up with doing that because you're just like, I've made every effort to reach out to him, and he is still ghosting me, and I can't stand it anymore, and I'm not going to say one more thing. But, honestly, just respect where they're at as best you can. Let them, just don't have any expectations and send them notes from your heart. That's what I would encourage. Just don't do it to be loved back. Don't do it to get something back from that person. Just let them know they're supported, that they're loved, and that you care about them. That's it. And no judgment. There doesn't need to be any judgment about what goes on with these guys. It's about healing yourself and kind of minding your own business and trusting in the universe and how things work out the way that they do, like trust in the flow of life, and that things that are supposed to come to you are coming to you. Whether or not it's in the package you thought it was going to be. Keep an open mind. Okay, and for those of you who have just called in, thank you. Hello, I'll get to your calls in just a minute. There's a pretty cool little reading at the beginning of the show, so be sure that you listen to this again, or that you watch me on YouTube so that you can kind of see the fun we've been playing with. I got online a little early, so I was pulling some cards. All right. So we are going to begin. Oh, yeah, and TD's a little bit late. What's he doing? Doing some fishing or something? He said he might be a little bit late, and I'm like, you just have fun. So we might not have a call screener for a little bit, but he's going to get on as soon as he can, and you guys can harass him about fishing. Okay, here we go. Hello?
Amy?
Yes.
Hi. I must be the first caller.
Yay.
It's Ann. I just got been watching. I'm good. Actually, I talked to you a couple weeks ago, and you had given me some advice as far as new business, and so I have officially actually started a new business. So
Yay.
I'm just kind of taking off, so that's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited about it for event planning. Okay. And then I actually just finished watching your video today that you posted about the Lighthouse alert. Mm-hmm. As far as, girls, get ready, here he comes.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I watch the videos and I'm trying to figure out if I'm part of that collective, as far as, I guess I'm trying to get a check-in with my twin flame to find out, am I going to be one of the ones he's finally going to reach out to me and say, hey, let's make this work, or because sometimes I try and I'm like, all right, just let it go. But after a while, it's like, come on, reach out.
Yeah, it can be so hard. But one thing to keep in mind is to basically just remember that it's all helping you manifest if you're having a positive attitude. If you're listening to it and you're like, I bet this isn't me, this couldn't be me. If you're doing that, then you're kind of fighting against yourself. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till this happens, and you let your imagination run with it, and you just fill your heart with all this excitement, and this is going to be so awesome, and all this anticipation, and then you just, walk away from the reading or whatever it was, and just like have a little pep in your step and feel great about everything that's going to work out. Like, try to look at it like that instead of, I don't know if she's tapping into me. The fact that you're drawn to my videos, for one, is a clue. You know, you wouldn't be drawn to me if you weren't part of, you know, what I'm putting out there for everybody. So it may not happen this week or next week, but it could happen a couple months from now. But it will most likely happen if you're drawn to me. I have people who don't like me, and they're just like, I can't believe blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, you can go somewhere else. You know, pretty good things are happening over here on this channel, though.
I was say, I love watching them. They make me laugh. If nothing else, it puts you in such a good mood just watching them. And by the way, I hope you're feeling better. I wanted to
I am.
make sure
Thank
that
you.
I put that out there to you. So
I really appreciate that. I've been able to sit longer and longer. So, and if you haven't checked out Instagram today, you're gonna die when you watch that. It's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not even
going to go into it here. And I can tell when you're starting to get uncomfortable because you start to move a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm like wiggle, wiggle, shift left cheek, right cheek. Yeah. But thank you. Let me fill into your guy here.
Thank you.
He's a little bit worried about something. It kind of feels like a financial matter to me.
Yeah.
He's wanting to come to you, but he just pulled out his pockets. Like he just got, I don't know if he got ripped off or something happened, but he just pulled out the lining of his pant pockets. Like, I got nothing. So that could be symbolic of I got nothing to offer her right now, or I don't feel I'm worthy, or something like that. But he's had some kind of, is it a setback? Yeah, he's had a setback. So let me see what he's planning to do about it. I'm not going to let it get me down, he said. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to wallow either. It's just I don't know what to do. I don't. It's like instead of feeling like he's gaining ground or something, it's kind of like he's fallen back a little bit. So he's a little bit discouraged, but it feels like.
Does it have to do with the divorce?
Yeah, it does. It feels like he wants to take July and August to just. I see like iron it all out. Make it all straight. And he doesn't want to involve you and worry you in that process. He wants you, his higher self is like so clearly right now just standing here saying, please tell her to just relax and have a beautiful summer and enjoy herself because she doesn't want to be involved in this mess. Trust me. I am sparing her. And I know that if we were to start talking about all of this, she would want to know every detail of my life, and I wouldn't feel right, like trying to hide it from her.
Oh my God, that is so right. Yes, that is me. I was like, I want to know every detail.
Yes, and he's like, I couldn't do that to her. I couldn't put her through that stress and pressure of involving her in this situation. So please just tell her to relax. He said, chill, put your feet up on the couch, get a massage, like go out and enjoy. He wants so he just said, I want the best report. When I get a hold of you after all is said and done and I can make sure that the air is cleared, like I want the best report about how incredible your summer was. That's what he's saying to you right now. He says even keep a booklet or write him letters about, how you think about him throughout the day or, I just went out on a walk and I thought about when we held hands at one time and then we kissed and your kiss is the most incredible kiss in the world and all that stuff. But he would love that. He said that would just totally tickle him to know that you've been thinking about him all this time, just like he has, and that you were having a good time while he was having an absolutely miserable time.
It's funny you say that because last week for some reason, I just sent him a gift in the mail. Actually, I took it and dropped it off where he lives, and it was just a gift, and it just was, I was telling him that he just needed to kind of enjoy the inner child, and it was packages wrapped up with Christmas, and it said, celebrate Christmas in July.
Oh, my gosh, that is so sweet.
So he sent me just a little snapback that said, right on time, and I didn't understand what that meant.
Oh, but now you do.
So, as I sit here crying, thank you.
Oh, wow. So, I know that I did some kind of a reading or a Lighthouse alert recently that talked about Christmas. That one must have hit you. Did you watch that? I can't remember which one it was.
I just know that I was looking for. Let's be honest. I was looking for some reason to reach out to him.
Yeah, I remember going, why am I thinking about Christmas in July, in a July reading? Maybe it's coming out next week. I don't know, because I make these videos in advance. Keep an eye out for that.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm thinking of you.
Okay, I will, definitely. Because, no, I was looking for some excuse because I haven't talked to him in over a month and just really missing him. And so I was looking for some excuse just to kind of reach out to him, but I didn't want him to feel pressure to reach back out to me. So I put this little package together, just things that I know that he likes, but I wrapped him in Christmas wrap, and and a little thing about hopefully, as far as hopefully this brings out the inner child in you and just celebrate Christmas in July. And so
I get to hear the sweetest things. I love my job. Oh my God, I love my job. And I saw him touch his heart, he was so deeply touched. I think it made him cry.
Really?
I think he is the most thoughtful, sweet, loving person. I am the luckiest guy in the freaking world. And that is very, very sweet of you. You guys feel free to make gestures like that. If you're being sweet and kind and inobtrusive, but you're just putting it out there, I love you, I'm just thinking about you. There's nothing ever wrong with that. Just don't cop an attitude and start getting upset if he doesn't say anything back.
Right.
Some of them are really going through a tough time, and they appreciate those kind words. And it's
I know that he is.
Yeah, and love is not about giving so that you can get something back.
Right.
We got to learn to love different. We got to learn to just love for the sake of loving because we love loving. That's all. Yeah. Just love the hell out of him and back off.
And I want him to know that that's what it is. I just want him to know I'm thinking about him, and I don't expect anything back. But I don't want him to think, she said she was going to give me time, and now she's not. That's not what I want. I want him just to know that I'm just thinking about him.
Yeah, cool, perfect.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
You're doing great.
I'm going to go cry now. Thank you so much. No.
You're welcome.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Amy. Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Amy. It's Michelle.
Hi. Hey, Michelle. What up? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Well, yes, everything in above. But,
okay.
So I'll make it quick. I was just confused because I know I've filled you in a little bit about what happened to me over the 4th, and my divine masculine sending me a sweet text and then asking me to call him, and then he doesn't answer. It just leaves me confused and ready to give up.
I was looking at your WhatsApp for just to clarify here, or just to make sure I'm with you. Yeah. Well, this is what they do. They
really? Come on.
Yeah, he's like, give me a call. And then you do. He's like, oh my God, she's calling.
I know. It's like, hey, sweetie, yes, I'm busy. Call me tomorrow. And so I call him, and then it was just weird. His reply was a picture of him at work. I'm like, okay.
That's kind of cute. I like it. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me fill into him. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excuse. It's he really was working, but obviously he could call you after work.
Mhm.
He's a little, just feels like he's not ready yet. Kind of like the previous caller. It's he doesn't want to tell you everything. As long as he can just give you bits and pieces right now it's kind of take what I give you for now. Just take what I give you for now, because that's all I can give you for now. And then when I can give you more, I'm definitely going to give you more. That passion, I remember when he just came on hot and heavy and was just oh my gosh, I want us to live together. I want to marry. I mean, he was just like, wow, quite gung ho. And then boom, he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, what just happened? I feel like that's still there, but I feel like it's almost as if he's working out every day to be buff for you. And I think that, what?
You know what's funny? He posted today that he was playing tennis for an hour in the hot heat.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, he is definitely, he's trying to get, he wants to take the summer to get in shape in every way. And it's embarrassing for him he would never admit that to you. But yet, how else does he hold you off? When you're eager and chomping at the bit and pressuring him, how's he supposed to tell you, can you please get me, a few months to totally get in shape for you? You're going to be like, oh, I'll take you fat and flabby, it's fine, which you would, of course. But, he's like all wanting to show up all impressive. These guys are so funny, man. So it's like he's wanting to get in better shape financially, with his education, it's like he says, I don't want her to be able to say no to me for any reason. That's his way of ensuring you're not going to say no. He's like battening down the hatches. He's like looking for any little crack or crevice where a no could get out. So he's creating kind of a safety net for himself where you're not going to have any excuse to say no. And at least in his mind, it's like a mental thing. It's like he just has to feel like he's at his absolute ultimate prime to be with you. And I know if you had a chance to tell him, you'd just be like, I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care about the money. I don't care about you being in shape. I don't care about any of it, right? Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like, don't tell me to call you and then don't answer.
That's true. And that you might want to say that to him. You might actually let him know how that made you feel. I think that's always a good idea to communicate that. I mean, I don't like giving them any kind of a guilt trip, like you should have, you could have. Don't do that. Like with that stuff, heal yourself. But you could say, I understand you don't want to talk to me at this time, but please don't encourage me to call you and then not pick up. Say something like that. If you don't want to talk to me, just please don't encourage me to call you. Basically. Yeah. So that you kind of show him what you expect, and just say, I hope by this time and by this level in our relationship that you can just be honest with me, not pressuring him for an answer, because sometimes if you pressure them too soon for an answer, they'll give you the worst one possible. You know what I mean? They'll be like, I don't want to be with you, even if they don't mean it. They'll say that to get you to back off. So, hey, TD, welcome back from fishing. Yeah.
So should I just not communicate? Like just leave it up to him?
No, I would say something about what happened if you haven't.
Okay.
Just say obviously you need some more time, and I understand that. Just please don't encourage me to call you, because I want us to be honest with each other. I want us to, let our yes be yes and our no be no.
Yeah, exactly. Just be transparent.
Just send him something like that. And then he could just say, sending you love, something sweet, add something sweet to it,
Yeah. So, I mean, is it still, do we still have this connection in place, or?
Okay. All right. So here, I'm so glad you asked that, because I had a feminine ask me that earlier too. She said, he says he doesn't want to be with me. And I said, so? Because the reading was like all about how he wanted to be. And I was like, they lie to you. They'll tell you, all kinds of things to try to like buy some time or to manipulate you even. Sometimes they'll push you away because they think you're going to come groveling back if they do. I mean, it's ridiculous sometimes the games they play, but they're being immature, which most of them are at this point. A lot of them are anyway. But anyway, so she's like, well, does he love me? And I said, have I said that in any of the readings that I've done? She does quick relationship spreads every once in a while. I said, have any of those readings said that he loved you? Well, yeah. And I was like, okay, then. He loves you. That doesn't go away. And then she goes, yeah, but it never said that we had a strong connection. And I'm like, what do you think love is? A weak connection? I mean, love equals a strong connection, you know? And so you guys are so funny. We all are. I mean, all the feminines go through their doubt and insecurities because of what the masculines do in the games they play and what, you know, all of the garbage. But it's natural to second guess yourself, but trust the cards, number one. The cards always tell the truth. And number two, if you do it with an unbiased reader who understands the twin flame journey. If you're going to do it yourself, have no investment in the outcome. Just be completely curious and open, and pray to have to know the truth in all things, and not be reading into it or anything. Or talk to a reader like me who doesn't, who's also like unbiased and knows the twin flame journey. And the connection does not go away. If this is a true love relationship, you will never stop thinking about that person. It doesn't go away. There's no way to break that connection. So I don't care how far back they go. I don't care if they go to Mars. I don't care if they go on some kind of spacecraft in a UFO. I don't care if they're up on a rainbow and they're sliding down into a cloud. I don't care where they are or what they're doing or whether they're married or whether they're dating or whether they're in the ocean on a ship or whatever they're doing. If you have this kind of connection with somebody, it's not going to go away. It can fade into the background a little bit if you have other priorities, but you will always be thinking about them. So especially like the masculines with their karmics, if they're with these karmic people, all they do is daydream about being with you once they've met you. That's it. It's just like they know they'll never settle for something like that again. Now, if you're feminine and you found like a soulmate or a soul flame or some kind of alternative to your twin flame, yes, that can fade. It's never going to totally disappear. That's why I say that, like, even with my twin flame, I'll always treat him like a brother. So the relationship kind of transforms and becomes different, and it's something that is like more about your spiritual journey and evolution. You know what I mean? So don't worry about, whatever he does. And gosh, so many of them even go on social media and act so happy with the person that they're with, and they're miserable. I talk to these masculines, you guys. I know firsthand. They can't stand the person that they're with, and they're flaunting it all over the place as if they're so proud. And it's really embarrassing for the feminine because they're like, well, what are you going to do? Break up with her and then all of a sudden be just as proud of me all over social media? So it's like kind of embarrassing, but it's in a way the masculines are just trying to save face and try to get people to back off because they've got all these people like giving them pressure. Hurry up and have kids. Get married. What are you doing already? So they're trying to make it look like, look, I'm happy in my life how it is. And look at this beautiful girl I have in my arm. And they're just being kind of fake and phony about living their ultimate life, so their parents don't worry about them, or so people won't ask them too many questions. They don't realize what they're doing to their feminine, or they do, and they do feel really bad about it. But it's like they have to go through this growth process, this maturing process, till they get to the point where they don't need to impress anybody. They don't really care what anybody thinks. They're just like, I'm going to be with whoever I want to be with, and it doesn't even matter. But sometimes it takes years to get there. Yours is fine. Yours is on track. Yours totally the fact that he got all gung-ho that one time, and from what I'm feeling into, it's like you guys are set in stone. It's just a matter of time. So just be patient and try to get your mind off of them as best you can and have fun.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Amy.
Okay. You're welcome. Have a good night.
Okay.
Bye to your daughters. Okay, bye.
Oh, I will. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Okay. Hello?
Hello. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Hi, this is Cece. I actually talked to you on Wednesday for 20 minutes.
Hey, Cece.
Hi. And it was a very, I felt very optimistic. And that exact same night, my DM messages me that he just went on online dates. Nope, wait for it.
Oh yeah,
He went on
okay,
an online date. Yeah, and he basically bragged about having sex on the first date. And
Lord.
yeah, I'm kind of shocked that he told me even, because I thought I was being obvious with my feelings. But so, can you tune into the situation, see what's going on?
Yeah, and I mean the first thing that comes to mind is you always want to know the truth, and this totally feels like a game to me. This sometimes they will try to gauge whether you're jealous or what.
Yeah.
They get so insecure. I mean, it's unbelievable how insecure. I mean, I know another feminine who's masculine is continuously like, first he'll be like, I love you so much and I have all these feelings, and he's just like totally, they're just in this really passionate, incredible, like childlike sweet moment that's totally authentic. The next minute it's like, oh, my girlfriend and I are going on this trip or something like that, you know, and it's just like, what? What are you doing? Like, are you crazy? It kind of has that feel. What?
Yeah. It did lead to an interesting conversation because I started talking about how I don't want to do any casual sex anymore because I'm waiting for the right person. And
wait a minute. Did you just tell him that you're waiting for the right person?
Yes.
What?
Well, I haven't really said my.
No. Oh, you guys, come on! This is what I said to this other feminine too. I'm like, okay. First of all, if they're with somebody, do not be involved with them physically at all. Period. Number 2, make your feelings directly known. I love you. I want to be with you. Period.
I've been feeling a strong drive to do that.
Yeah, unless we're in a commitment, I'm not having sex with you, period. So have fun with that karmic for as long as that lousiness lasts. And then you can come for me when you're ready. So, yeah.
So we need to have that feeling.
Yeah, these guys are so insecure. You would not even believe what they'll walk away from that situation and they'll pinpoint that moment when you said, I'm just waiting for the right person. And he'll be like running that loop in his head over and over and over and over. She's waiting for the right person.
Another thing that I think is a mistake looking back. So the next day was the July 4th party, and I got drunk, and I kind of kissed someone in front of him. It was completely friendly, and I think he knows that there's nothing more to it, but I've wondered if it bothers him.
Of course. Okay. Okay.
We still need to have a heart to heart. I don't know.
The games we play. But it's all about, okay, I'm so glad you guys are listening to this, because if you're playing these types of games, you got to stop it. You can't.
Okay. I'd like to meet with him the next day, one-on-one, so we can just talk with each other and not have people around us.
Perfect.
When do you think that can happen? Because he blew me off a little bit.
Did you hear that? Okay.
That sound?
Hang on a second. Yeah, that was like a big slam. I don't even know where it came from. Okay. Let me see. When are you gonna? He's a little mad. He's a little missed right now. I don't even know if he really wants to talk to you for a little while.
So the next day he went hiking, and I tried to even use my birthday card, like that. He was like, "Oh, I'll tell you when I come back," and then he texted me when he came back very late. He's like, "Oh, I'm tired."
I think you should say something to the effect of like. I think you should just text it to him. I mean, you guys quit beating around the bush. I would just say something to the effect of, you know what, it really hurts me that you're still with her, and, you know, what you said to me pretty much broke my heart. I love you. You are the one that I've been waiting for. I don't know why I said that the other night, and I hope you know that when I kissed that guy, we were just friends. And I just feel like we've gotten ourselves in a real mess right now, and I want to sort out any misunderstandings, and I want us to be really clear about where we're coming where we're both coming from, and get on the same page. I feel like that would be a good thing to say, and just let him sit with that while he's gone. Let him mull that over for a while. Don't put, that way he doesn't feel pressured or anything. And you can even say that in there. I'm spelling this out right now just because I want you to be able to think about it and come back with an answer. And I also feel like when you say that, though, he's going to feel like he's not worthy of you and he's wanting to settle with the other person. So he might just throw something out like, well, you deserve somebody better or something stupid like that. So so that's why you don't want to put any kind of pressure on it. Just let him know, I love you, I want you, and if this takes time, then time it is. But that's just where I stand, and that at this point in time, that's where I'm at. And if
I feel really scared.
Huh?
I feel really scared sending something like that.
Love is so scary, you guys. If you're not feeling scared, you're not in love, pretty much. So that's just confirmation that you really do love this guy. If somebody isn't scared, yeah, they don't love you. There's always some kind of a risky, scary feeling to overcome when you really have strong feelings for somebody. So that's good. Feel the fear and move through it and take action anyway. Be like I said in the Lighthouse Alert, I don't know if you've watched that, but you should watch it because I think I said something like, be the ambassador for.
Do you think you would, Amy? Hello? I can't hear anything.
Hello? Out there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Did it get cut off? Yes.
No, I don't know what that was. That was weird. Okay.
I wanted to ask if you think he'd be open to meeting this Tuesday, which is my actual birthday, for dinner or something.
No.
Okay.
No. I think it's too much pressure for it to be on your birthday.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to get him to say yes. Okay.
I think that would scare him too much. You could, if you make it like, if you're like, I'm going out to dinner with a friend of mine, we're going to go see a movie. If you feel like chatting afterwards. Huh?
I am doing karaoke night. I'm doing karaoke night, but I know he hates karaoke. I'll invite him.
Yeah, sure, exactly. If it's a group thing and there's no pressure, it's not like the two of you on a date looking at each other in the eyes or something intense. If it's something he's just being invited to, he might go.
Okay.
But make it really, really like non-pressury.
Yeah. I just want us to look each other in the eye again. Good.
Yeah, and you will. Just be very honest. Be really, really honest about your feelings, and don't, tell him how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. Okay. Hello?
Is it me?
It's you.
Oh. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
It's Elena. I don't think I gave you my name the last time we talked, but I live in the Pacific Northwest as well, and we talked about energy work about a month ago, and I'm the one that has a YouTube channel, and we were talking about my twin, Jay, and I don't know if you remember. I know you talk to a lot of people.
Okay.
But since we talked, I've been, I don't know if I've been blocking him coming in because I've been struggling with some, deep childhood wounds. I did a lot of work on myself yesterday, and I felt better, and then today it kind of tanked again, and I've just been really melancholy with the eclipse and the retrogrades, and
it's been some rough energy.
Yeah, I've just been feeling the energy really heavy. It's just been draining me, and I've just been really, I don't know if we're mirroring each other. I know that a lot of times I feel like he doesn't feel good enough for me, and I've, put on a little weight since over the last year, since the last time we've seen each other, and a lot of it's been just really a struggle, just kind of self-love issues, and so I've been figuring out some of these childhood wounding, and I've been working on healing those things and trying to stay positive. And I'm just looking for an update, basically. And the last time we spoke, you said his energy was great, that he knew which direction he was going, that he was, definitely going to be contacting me shortly, and that most likely it would be by the end of June. And then the last, literally 3 weeks, I've just been struggling so hard with, just self-love and doubt and, wondering if he'll still feel the same because I've put on a little weight. And, I'm the one that's a lot older. Remember we talked and I was like, I'm the cougar and don't call me a cougar. I don't know if you remember, but yeah.
It seems familiar, a little familiar, but I talk to so many people.
I know you do, sweetie. I know. And by the way, I've been praying for you, and I'm really glad you're feeling better, too. I know it was rough for you.
Yes, it was very rough. And I do understand all these, the eclipse energy is so intense, it's unreal. So I totally get that. I went through it, too, right in the middle of that whole ordeal. So it hit me really hard. So,
these last 2 weeks have been really hard for me, so...
Okay, so just know that you're going through, from having gone through the other side of it, every time we go through one of these dark nights of the soul, it's like we become the phoenix rising from the ashes, more and more solid in our ultimate truth and authenticity. So, you're about to come out of that.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said I've been feeling that, too, and I do feel a little stronger today. I did a lot of energy work on myself yesterday. And
good. Okay.
I do feel a little stronger today. It's just, and I know I can tell that it's going to get better, but I don't know if what I've been going through he's been mirroring or if I've been blocking him. I had a really intense dream about him night before last, and his kids were in the dream, and it was just out of nowhere, boom, we were just living together, and his kids were living with us. He ended up with custody, and because I don't know if his divorce is out, all of these things. We haven't seen each other in a year. We haven't spoken since September, and I'm in the dark other than what I feel out with my feelers in the 5D and when we connect in the 5D, and so I'm just, yeah.
And by the way, laughing really hard helps with that energy, watching really goofy, funny, silly videos on YouTube that make you laugh, or doing a victory pose.
That's so funny. That's exactly what I've been doing. I've been trying so hard to get myself in a better mood, and so for the last week and a half, I've just been trying to watch movies and get my mind off things, and funny, been trying to watch romantic comedies and just silly movies and stuff. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So hang on a second while I tap into him.
Okay.
When I said that, he was like, "What do you mean tapping?" And then he was like, "Tink, tink, tink," on me, he was like, "Boom, boom, boom." So he's being funny. Let's see.
Yeah, he's a character. He's a lot younger than me, but he is funny. It's one of the things I love about him. And I don't even know if he really knows that I love him. It's not anything we ever said, face to face. And we were actually, it was a love at first sight kind of thing. And we didn't spend a lot of time together because I didn't want to be a third party. And so I was just kind of helping him and giving him advice, and we did spend some time together. We've never had sex. It was just, he would have, but it was not something that I felt was right, because he didn't really know where or what he was doing at that time, and that's kind of how things were left. But I know he watches my YouTube channel. There's some things I know and some things I don't, and I'm just so tired of not knowing.
Okay. All right, hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay. Just give me a minute here.
Okay.
I feel like he's definitely feeling insecure. I feel like he does kind of feel uncertain as to how you feel about him, and it's kind of have you been in a relationship?
No, I haven't. Not since, I've been married twice, but I haven't been in a relationship since he and I, we weren't in a relationship.
There's something in his field that feels like he's wondering if you've moved on. He wonders
Right.
if or either that, or he just feels somebody would be better for you, or something like, or maybe you've mentioned, I don't know, kind of like the previous caller, like, oh, I'm still waiting for the one. Like, there's something that's given him the idea that he's not it. So,
wow, I have no way of contacting him other than I put, because his number has changed. So the only way that I can contact him in any way, shape, or form, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel that has his initial, and then it says Selflove. And I just put songs up there, and I'm trying to, like, speak to him through music, but, you know, I know that that's left up to interpretation, so it's like,
right.
You know, it's hard.
So, okay.
Because,
what you could do is just start talking to him in the 5D, meaning his energy body. So just imagine him sitting next to you, like when you go to bed at night, maybe sit him next to you and have a heart-to-heart with him and just let him know how you feel. Let him know what you think and that you love him in a romantic way. And you could even use the orgasm technique if you want. It's a good manifestation tool, but it's like you could send him a message at your peak point, and that usually is just, it goes like it can even jump right in their conscious mind, whatever message you're trying to get through to them. It's kind of like, in a way, it's like pinging, you know. It's sending a direct message straight into their brain, and they go, whoa. So you could say, I love you, I want you, contact me, something, you know, think of it, you know, think of a strong message that you want to send him at that moment, and he'll get it loud and clear.
Right. If I didn't want to do that, I mean, I do think about him a lot. I do picture like him, like when I'm laying in bed at night, I picture him laying next to me. I picture us cuddled up, and I do kind of have conversations with him. I haven't done what you're talking about, but it's just, yeah, like I don't know what changed other than my just not feeling good enough or whatever, or, you know, like, because, like,
I think he's feeling the same thing you are. I think you guys are, like, directly mirroring each other. I mean, he feels exactly like you do. Unworthy, insecure. I don't think he is putting your looks down at all. I don't think he cares about the weight. He just shook his head like, no.
He hasn't seen me, like, he's been working in North Dakota, but I know that...
But when I ask that question, I go to the moment he sees you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he doesn't have any problem with it.
Okay.
And that's one thing for the listeners that are listening to that also have issues with, like, insecurities about their bodies. A lot, it's like there's so much intensity in this love. There's so much unconditional love there, and they feel so grateful to have kind of, once they've broken the code and matured to realize what they really want, it's like they're so grateful to have that heartfelt connection. They don't care. The ones that care about the perfect body and all that kind of stuff, they're still so immature that they're caught up with karmic relationships anyway. And they do grow out of that to realize what's important to them. But you guys can always get in shape together. You guys can, you know, both of you will have things that you want to work on. They may want to still work on building their business before they feel really confident, for example, or, you know, we're all works in progress. But don't be too hard on yourself, and you'd,
it's easy,
you know.
Work. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I'm trying to work on it. I'm not trying. I am working on it. I'm really, really been kind of saying the mantra to myself, you know, that I'm worthy of unconditional love. Like, it doesn't matter. I am worthy of unconditional love, and I'm working on that. Is he even finished with his divorce yet? And is he back in town, or is he still working out of town?
Wait. That's too many questions to shoot out at one time.
Sorry.
First question: is he done with the divorce? I don't think so. I think that they're in separation or something. I feel like some paperwork's been filed. I feel like they are not. I feel like there's a lot of coldness between them. So it's definitely breaking apart. I don't think it's over. I don't think the smoke is cleared. In terms of, what did you ask, if he lives near you?
Yeah, is he back in town, or is he still working out of town? Or
he's working out of town. He's not back in town yet.
Okay.
So there's still quite a bit for him to work through. I feel like you're probably going to hear within the next couple of months or so at this point. And I feel like sometimes he just really like yearns for you at night. He just really he feels like heartache over you right now.
Wow. Okay.
So at some point, you're bound to hear from him.
Because I feel like he looks at the stars and the moon. I look at the stars and the moon a lot, and I can feel him thinking about me. Yeah.
And that's how you guys are connecting. It reminds me of that song, Somewhere Out There. Fievel.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Anyway, I got to get to some other callers. If you want a custom reading, then go ahead and go to my website to order one of those.
Okay.
Again.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what is that? I think there's a mosquito. I get paranoid around mosquitoes. Hello.
Hi, Amy. Hi, how are you?
Good.
How are you?
How about you? Good.
I'm good. I just wanted to see kind of where my twin flame is at, and then if my guides have any guidance for me just with anything.
Okay. I see him rubbing his hands together like he's got something planned. He's plotting. I think it's going to be a surprise. So I can't tell you too much more than that because it's going to ruin his surprise. Hang on. I feel like the surprise is going to happen within the next couple of weeks.
Surprise?
What?
Meaning you can see the surprise?
If I could, I wouldn't tell you. I don't want to blow it for him. He seems awfully excited. He's super excited. He said he's coming for you. He's coming for you, and it's going to be like blindsiding you with a passion you can't believe. I mean, I just feel like almost one of those moments where he just marches up to you and kisses you. So, yeah, it feels very romantic. And he got fed up with something. He was in a situation that he was just like, F this, and just like got out of there. And it just made him that much more adamant to come for you. And he's going to apologize. I just feel him saying, like, I am so...
He has started apologizing, so...
Oh, good. Okay.
Every so often he'll be like, and I'm sorry for this. And I'm like, good, you remember that was a thing.
Aw, that's really sweet. Good. That's a great start. In terms of...
Doing, like reaching out?
Yeah. Okay, hang on. No. Hang on a minute. We got a storm coming through. I just saw headlights. He might freeze when he comes to see you. He might freeze, so just anticipate that and kind of make him feel easy, make him feel more comfortable. Like maybe touch him. It feels like you need to touch him. Like reach out and touch his arm or hold his hand or, just give him a hug. But he might freeze. That's funny. He's really doing his best. So do your best to just be gracious and really just listen with an open heart. Don't argue with him, but really, you might want to watch my video on how to be a good listener. That might be really helpful for when he shows up. And keep it playful and light. Don't go too serious and don't go too deep too soon.
Okay.
In terms of generally from your guides, I'm seeing you reading a book. So if there's a certain book that you've been
quite a few books.
Okay, if there's a certain book that you've been putting off reading, then I think it's time to start reading that before bed again. It has a white cover and maybe some gold or yellow writing on it.
Ooh,
maybe even a little bit of red. What was that?
Oh man, I'm looking through my books right now. I'm like, oh man, they all fit that profile.
Oh no, it's not a very thick book. It's probably like 3/4 of an inch thick or so. Whatever you're drawn to, and you feel like you've been putting it off, it's going to be something that's relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye. Lindsay, hang on just a second. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, Amy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
This is my first time calling, so I am a little bit nervous.
Welcome. Yay.
And I don't know how I should ask my questions. I feel like I don't want to just explain my whole story, but it's about my twin flame. And I guess overall I'm just feeling a little bit uncertain about some of the messages I've been getting, from my guides in the 5D, whether or not they're from him or if they're from, if I'm actually hearing, collective twin flame messages. I've been getting sort of guidance that I am actually a spiritual teacher, and right now I'm doing a master's degree at in grad school, and so I don't really have the ability to just stop everything and focus on, starting a YouTube channel or something. But I also know that, I teach yoga as well, so I am sort of working on that already. But I'm just a little, so I guess some of the questions, I'll start with.
Hang on. Because as things come to me, I got to say them. First thing is, yes, you are getting collective twin flame messages in your sleep, or as they feel like downloads. You just might feel an urgent need to express it. So you do. It just takes a second to start a YouTube channel. It really doesn't take much time. And your reports don't have to be long. They can be 2 minutes. You know what I mean? If you look at Aluna Ash, look at the messages she puts out sometimes. Those are real brief. But I feel like it would be really helpful. It's kind of important that you start letting some of this creative expression have a voice. So I think you do need to get a YouTube channel, and even if you call yourself something else and then end up changing the name later, I don't know. I don't think that's all that easy though. So maybe you should really, think about what you're going to call yourself. But I definitely feel like you should just put out these little random messages as you get them, and I think that it's going to be really, really beneficial. And I definitely see you being a spiritual teacher, a high priestess is what I'm getting. So so you just need more confidence, because they're saying that you're just insecure about it, and all you really just have to look at it as you're just expressing some mess. Don't worry about the message being right or anything. Just put what comes to you out there and see how people will respond to it. The right people will be drawn to you, and they will really appreciate and get a lot out of your message, even if you don't think it's any significant of an idea or something you're conveying. But it just feels like you're going to slowly build up a fan base that can get bigger in time as you go. So you can be doing that while you're doing what you're doing, but I would definitely get that going, because the messages that you're getting are fresh. They're going to get stale in time, so you want to get them out when you get them.
Yeah. Well,
unless you're jotting them all down and you're keeping track of when they come through in a sequential way, because maybe you're going to be writing a book and you see the patterns start to happen or something like that. But I feel like the downloads you're getting are actually current, fresh energy that you need to report.
Yeah, well, I guess some of them are hard to understand because it's like one word kind of thing, and I don't know whether it's pertaining to my situation. Like, so for example, this past week I got a message that it was like intercept, and the thing I thought of was, are we talking about interception as far as like somehow my communication? I wrote a letter. I actually commented on one of your videos recently about how I wrote a letter to him, and your message in the video was sort of a confirmation for me that he got it, because you were talking about a cruise. And in the letter, I was mentioning how, I won this cruise, and he had said a year ago, he had said, I'd be willing to go. And then it's just been kind of postponed. We don't live in the same state. We're both grad students. We're both really busy. And so it's really kind of difficult to plan things already. So I've been putting it off, but like in the letter, I kind of told him that, the offer still stands, but we need to talk about stuff as they stand, if you're interested in doing that. But I also in the letter was telling him how much I really wanted, I was expressing my love, but also very detached in that, like, I wanted him to know that I wanted him to heal. I want his well-being before like some romantic thing, but that I do, like, that is what I want eventually, is like I want to be with him. But then when I got that interception message, I was like, it started making me think, because I'm wondering if he got the letter or not, because we have talked. Okay.
Yeah, he did. Well, also, I have some good videos out there on listening to the intuition. So I would put Amy Satori Intuition in the search on YouTube and see what comes up, or put Amy Satori Divine Guidance Counsel. Both of those, I think if you put both of those things in a search, you're going to get a lot of really good information in terms of how to decipher those types of messages.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would definitely spend some time looking that stuff up. And I think you're going to continue to get these messages, and I would just start reporting. And I feel like your divine masculine is like slowly but surely coming your direction. I get the Knight of Pentacles energy.
Yeah.
Just trust it and know it, and keep following the direction as prompted. And when they say, to share a message with him, do it. And when they say share, you could always say, is this a message from my masculine or for my masculine, or is this for the collective? And you'll see, like, put it in a different place in your mind, and then you'll see one of them glow or pop out or something like that. You start interacting with the energy. Like, I have a yes in one corner and a no in the other, so I ask yes or no questions to get, to see what happens to the energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I just
but you figure out your own system.
It more. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, totally.
I guess it's just frustrating, because sometimes it's like I'm asking questions and I'm trying to, clarify things, but then I don't hear anything, and I'm just like, I guess I'm not ready to hear anything, or, and then unexpectedly I hear something, and then it's like, okay, what does that mean? So
it is a bit like that for a while, but I think you'll gain some confidence from listening to my video. I did a video with the happiness coach that you might want to take a look at. I think it was called The Naked Truth, about
I saw that. Yeah, I watched that.
Because that kind of sounds like where you're at, where it's like, it's more subtle than you realize. It's not like a voice comes through like God's voice and says, guess what?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's really more subtle than that, a lot more subtle than that. That's why I like to ask yes or no questions too, because I'll always get a yes or no. Or you can do the human pendulum even, to where a yes makes you lean forward and a no makes you lean back, But you'll just have to figure out what your thing is. Yeah, experiment with, just think in terms of, like, just remember you're in charge, and you can tell your guides the way that you want to be talked to. So figure out the code that you want it to be, and they'll work with you.
Okay. And can I ask, too, is it important, do you think it's, like, super crucial to be able to know who and what who your guides are? Like,
no.
Is it important to know who they are and where they're coming from? Like, okay.
No. Only if you're curious.
That's a lot of extra work. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my God. I have so many. I could never do that. There's no way I could do that. And I have so many, like, I think you work more powerfully when you just use them all as a team and ask them to kind of funnel it all to you. because that way you're like, it's more like this fresh energy where beings can come in and out and in and out and in and out from all over the place. Some guy can just jump right in and shout something and you hear it, whoa, and then they take off and you'll never see the guy again. And, some woman, she's over here in the ocean drowning or something, and she says a message to you real quick, and then you get it, and then she dies, or, you know what I mean? It's the craziest thing. But when you let it be, like, you just have the intention to set your intention that only loving beings that are unconditionally loving of you and supportive of you and want to see you succeed are the only ones who come through. And I don't have anything ever come through negative. I mean, unless I'm purposely like talking to somebody who's been possessed, or I'm talking to a ghost who's passed away and he's really got an attitude problem or something like that. But that's because I'm trying to talk to them, and I know what I'm getting into. I know that they're going to be feisty with me and they're going to fight me on it, so, but in terms of
this, I have one last question. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I guess on the lines of what you were just talking about, like, it reminded me of a book that I read recently that I've actually been wondering if I should suggest to my divine masculine for him to read, because I know that he processes this stuff differently. He might not be, as interested in actual watching tarot readings and looking into twin flame stuff. I know he's going to process differently, but I've also
give it to him. Recommend it.
Give him the book. Okay.
Just say it's a great book. You might want to check it out sometime.
Well, I'm wondering if you've read it too, because it's she's a psychic, a very well-known Sylvia Brown. Have you heard of her?
I haven't read any kind of psychic books.
Well, it's just crazy how much, like, some of the things that you say and how you experience your guides and how she talks about in her book about it. Yeah, it's really, I commented on one of your videos about, and I kind of was like, you should read this, but I don't know if you probably hadn't seen it. But it's called...
I rarely read. The two books that I've read from front to cover, there are only two books I've ever read front to cover, cover to cover. One of them is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, and the other is I Am That by Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, and it's a really big, thick book, and I read all of it. But yeah, those are the only two books I've ever read. The other ones, they sit on my shelf and stick their tongue out at me because I'm not reading them, and they make fun of me that I'm not doing anything with them.
Yeah. Well, this book by Sylvia Brown, it's something about like a psychic's guide to our world and the other side and back, or something like that. But she, it's kind of like one of those books where you don't have to read it from front to back. She has chapters where they just all address different things. Okay. And so you can kind of pick it up wherever. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe offering him to read it.
Well, I do know that Sylvia Brown helps me from the other side. I mean, just because I haven't known a lot about psychics or who psychics are, or like any. I know Dolores Cannon. I don't know if she's even psychic, but she works with ETs. I know her, and I know Sylvia Brown, and I know like James Van Prague, but he's still alive. So like I've just felt Sylvia sometimes come through. So maybe that's why we sound alike. Maybe she subconsciously has been slipping ideas to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway, well, I got to get going.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome.
Yeah, I think he'll read it, and I think he'll find it very interesting. I don't know if he'll read the whole thing, but he's definitely gonna be into it.
Okay, cool.
So,
awesome.
Okay. All right, have a good night.
Amy. You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello? Kim?
Hello.
Hey, Kim.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, how are you, Amy?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Yeah.
Good. It's the first time I've called, but we met in October, so I'm happy to be here.
Yay.
We met at the class in Littleton.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What'd you say your name was again?
Kim.
Kim. Yay. Okay, all right. Thanks. Okay, how can I help?
Calling. Well, I have a question, and I haven't asked this question even of myself in a long time. So a week ago, I met somebody, and it was the strongest energy I felt in a long time, and I really felt it reciprocated, but I'm just wondering if you can tap into that and tell me if there's anything there.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to. You can also, just so you know, I have like quick relationship spreads that tell you everything that's on there, like what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what they're about to do.
Okay.
For $22
and that's
on my
your
website.
Okay, and that's on your okay.
Yeah, and so that's always a quick way to tap into somebody and kind of feel them out. Okay, so let me see. What's his first name?
David.
Okay, hang on. Aww. I see him like looking you in the eyes and holding your hands.
Aww.
I know, it feels very, it's actually quite feminine feeling. And very sweet. Soft. Yeah, no, he's very much into you. He's very much into you. And I feel he's sincere. And I feel like he's also careful. I feel like he is trying to be wise and smart and gentle and kind, and I don't know why he feels he has to be so careful. Maybe he feels like you came out of some kind of abusive situation, or maybe he just, there's something about you and your situation or where you're at in life. He feels like he needs to be careful with you somehow. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just that he wants to be so careful with it because he doesn't want to ruin it or doesn't want to have a misstep or a misunderstanding. It's just, he cares very, very, very much.
Aww.
So, yeah, it's like if you, and he does have a tendency to, whoa, got some thunder going on. He will have, if you ignore him for too long, and if he's doing all the initiating for a little while and you don't, and you're not initiating at all, he would probably slip into the background because he'd probably just assume you found someone better. He's got worthiness issues a little bit. So just make sure you reciprocate. Make sure that you also, think of him sometimes and send him something sweet,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I will do that.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
That's exciting. Thanks.
You're welcome. Good guy.
Nice talking to you. Thanks.
Yeah, you too. I think he's probably a soulmate or something, like something that's going to be really easy and comfortable and rather nice.
That would be really exciting. Would be a first. Wonderful. Well, have a great
I'm so glad you called.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.
Yes, absolutely. It was nice to hear from you. Bye-bye.
All right. You too. Bye. Okay. Let's see here. Oops, it didn't take. Pasha?
Yes. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I've been watching you for a few months, and I honor your ascension work and your twin flame journey teaching. So I'm grateful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this experience with you. So a couple things. I'd like to check in for some guidance on where I am in my ascension experience and my mission work.
Okay.
I've been receiving ideas and seeing how my current entrepreneurial careers can start to blend with my ascension experience and teaching and, helping to drive both of them with a really fun experience behind it while you're learning. Learning can be fun.
God. It sounds perfect.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
Well, thank you. And then I wanted to ask about my twin flame experience secondary.
Okay. Hang on just a minute. Nice priorities there. Good for you. Okay.
Thanks.
Let me see here. They're talking about less thinking, more trusting. So let things unfold, like from that place of being in the moment. Let it be like take inspired action as it comes, but don't sit down and plan and think it out. Or if you do, also stay conscious of the aliveness in your body while you're doing it. So continue to like split your attention between what's in the physical form and your body and the vibration in your body. So just the attention, just a 50-50 split of your attention is going to definitely escalate you getting into that space faster.
Okay.
Have you ever read Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth?
Not yet. It's on my Audible playlist.
Ooh,
but
yeah.
The thought has been coming up to me to start.
I was going to say it's working its way to you. It's trying to get to you. You have to be ready for it. It's really. I guess I've read Call to the Lightworkers too by Rhea something or other. It's a really awesome book too. Definitely channeled, you can tell.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
So, more being in the moment, less in your head, and it's going to bring more ideas through. Also, using the Divine Guidance Council meetings to bring some information through. Have you tried that?
I haven't. You had done a video on it, and I've been wanting to, and I forget to set the intention before I go to bed. And it came up again today about it, so thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so those are the main things about that. Let me just see if there's anything else about that. It's like, remember too that money is it's energy based. So the more you can be in that energy of where you're kind of tapped into that God source energy within you, the more the money is going to just start pouring through as well.
Thank you.
So
and you're all the listeners, including myself, will appreciate that because I had written like a part A, part B question, and one of it, and literally verbatim, it says financial receiving energy ? So thank you guys for bringing that in before I even had to ask it.
That's great.
So good job, Amy.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's look at your twin. Oh, they just did like prayer hands, and then they like honored you. They kind of they're grateful to you and the work that you're doing with your business. And they're also like, we are going to reward you with your masculine. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Oh, let me feel into him. He's got some stuff coming up from the past that he's having to deal with again. This Mercury retrograde's been rough on him. But it's good because it's stuff that he needed to purge and things that he needed to work through. This kid...
Sorry about the dogs. Okay.
Your dogs have a connection to your twin energetically as well.
Really?
And your dogs are, yeah?
I think I got a new female, and I actually felt that she came to me through intention of my guides, but I do feel that she probably will have a connection with him at some point.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
So they were just telling me that they are like they're trying to protect and help him work through this issue.
Wow.
So they're like surrounding him energetically, like trying to protect him from the issue. It's like beautiful. It's almost put him through a dark night of the soul because it's really just made him. It's a big test. It's a really big test for him, but he's doing good. He's handling it well.
I feel that it is a dark night of the soul for him. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's doing well with it. He really is, and he needs to know. Oh gosh, that hit hard. It's like sometimes we are given something that looks like we're going back to something in our past that's really bad. And instead of seeing it like that, like, okay, let's just say, I don't know, something that used to scare you really bad in the past. if you might have something that surfaces that looks like you're about to go back to that, whatever that is. You can see it either as, oh my gosh, I'm being pulled back into my past. Here I go. Shit, all this progress for nothing. Or you can say, here it is again, and I'm choosing no. Or I'm choosing to look at it differently, or I'm choosing to look at it in such a way that it actually makes me feel good. Or it's like I'm gonna react to it different than I ever have before. I'm gonna let this be a growth experience. This is not gonna be what it was before. I'm gonna transform it, make it totally different than anything it's ever been before. And that's where I wish I could talk to him and tell him that, like, you are not going back to the past. You're not. It's just an illusion. See past it. See that there's a lesson in it. You need to kick it in the butt and get out of there and rise above it. Because it's like the minute he passes this test, I feel like him buoying right back up to the surface of the water again. He's down deep in it now. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like when you're water skiing and they say, like, whatever you do, don't hold on to the handle. And then you hold on to the handle because you get afraid and you go way down deep into the ocean. That's what he's done, is he got scared that, oh my God, I'm in it again. And he gripped and it went way, way under. And now I'm probably energetically, most likely, going to him and saying, let go. Just let go of the handle and you're going to float back up again. He just needs to let go of the fear and look at the situation differently, like the hanged man energy. Anyway, I got some more calls to get through.
Thank you so much.
Is that good for now?
It's wonderful. Thank you for your time.
Good. You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Good night. Oops. Whoa, what was that? Pam?
Amy, hi. Hi.
Hey.
Amy?
Hi.
Hi. Hi. I'll keep this short and sweet.
Thanks.
My guy isn't reaching out to me at all. Is he wanting to even see me this summer? Is that even or talk to me or anything? Or
I don't feel it's going to be
his energy.
No, I don't feel like it's going to be till around August. I feel like he's healing from something. He feels a little bit numbed out at the moment. I think you're obviously on his mind all the time, but it's like he really needs time to heal right now and lick some wounds. I think it's a good thing. I think it might have possibly been a breakup or something. But he's definitely like not wanting to talk right now. But
no, not at all.
I feel him kind of hanging his head, but healing. So I feel like he wants you to forget about him for the moment and just kind of let him have lots of breathing space to go through this healing, because you are the queen of his heart, and he definitely wants to be with you. So just trust that and know that's coming. And let the whole thing go as best you can, and just like have faith that everything's going to work out just like it should. And the higher you can have your vibration and the more that you can stay happy, living your own life just the way it is, then it's going to expedite things for his own healing. The more you hold on to, like worrying about it, or like wondering why he's not contacting or doing any of that kind of stuff in your head, the more you're going to keep him in his head as well.
Okay.
That's what I'm feeling.
Elevate him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
By being blissed out in your own life, going and having a blast.
Okay. Thank you.
And it'll help him reach for the joy in his own heart.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you for your recent 2 videos. They're excellent and helpful.
Good.
So helpful.
Good. You're welcome.
So,
sending you a big giant hug.
Right back at you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Good night. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Ashley?
Hi, Amy. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you. You doing good?
Are you healing up okay?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been following.
I'm getting a little
checking in on you.
squirmy, but
okay, well then we'll make it quick. I just had a couple of things. I watched your video a few weeks ago, or maybe it was even last week's podcast. You touched on overeating, and I am having a hard time lately. I was wondering if you could give me a blessing.
Yes, such a great idea. I haven't even done that. I'm so glad you thought of that, because this is for everybody who's going back to like addictive behavior. It's like a lack of an addiction. An addiction is a lack of belief in something better. So, when you're second guessing yourself and you're trying to it's self-soothing, it's just, you're trying to wrap a little blanket around yourself that makes yourself feel better. It's a sweet thing to do, but it can get out of control.
Yeah.
So,
and it
all
has
right.
with the holidays, and I thought I had it in check, but it's just right back, rearing its ugly head, so.
Yeah. Just don't give yourself too much of a hard time, and just know that you'll make a healthier decision another time, hopefully in 10 minutes from now, but instead of 10 years, but trust the cycles. It's because it's the beating yourself up that will actually have you staying in that behavior, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's a negative connotation I feel like I attached to the food in order to eat more food. It's very strange.
No, I get it. Okay, so hang on just a moment. Yeah, it's funny because they're reminding me that somebody said one time, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so clever. I think it was in the comments on one of the videos. She said, it's funny that you said that the feminines are starving for attention and physical touch from their masculines, because it's like they're starving for the attention and the love, so they're reaching for food for that, to fill that.
Yeah.
So they don't know that their masculines are just around the corner. So, yeah. Okay, so here's the blessing. Everybody just relax and drop your shoulders. This is going to help you with any kind of addictive behavior. Anything you're kind of holding on to help yourself feel comforted at this time. Ha mo mo kai sa aleshike na pokon sa lekdina he mo mo kai sha sonda tetela helekita na tatsai he mo mo kanai aletitit san okosho sopona eka ansai hale on pokon sa shekere na tela hale wu mo kon son tetela helekitins he mo mo kai Ashikita la kripomo omo aisa. Asa sana kampona titina. Halikitin sa likupomo omo kai insaish. Sirle puromor ai. Ha omo kai. Okay, so one of the things that they wanted to mention that could be helpful also is as often as possible, especially if you're feeling any kind of anxiety or upset, is to touch your hand to your heart and to just say, I love you, like a meditation, for as long as you can think of it. Like, just think of, like, how you repeat mantras over and over. Just say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And just really say that to yourself repeatedly until you feel kind of high.
Okay.
And this is it's gonna do heart healing. And it's also going to put you in touch with your twin flame and help him or her, get in touch with their heart. And it's also going to help soothe you, as if, like, you're not going to need to go eat that food if your mom's holding your head to her chest and telling you everything's going to be okay and rocking you, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So try that.
Okay.
Try that and see if that helps. Especially maybe just before bed. It's a really lovely way to fall asleep.
Okay. Definitely.
Okay.
That's great. I was wondering if, oh man. Oh, it almost brought me to tears. Oh, well, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So on the same vein, just to check in with my twin flame.
Okay.
That would be wonderful.
I just got it's coming. Twin flame, it's coming. Okay, hang on. Okay. Just around the corner.
Okay.
He's had somebody was steering him off path, like they were driving a vehicle and he was in the passenger side, and it's kind of like he realized he was being kidnapped, so he grabbed the steering wheel and he got them in a car wreck so that he could get out and go.
Okay.
So it's like he was held hostage for a while, but he's broken free, and I feel him like running down the road barefoot to you. Okay. So okay. Yeah, he's fed up with whatever situation he was in.
Yeah,
huh?
I kind of figured there was something going on, but I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe this was someone from work. Like I felt like maybe a work friend, or I don't know. But I just kind of felt like somebody was kind of swaying him in a different direction. So that's that's reassuring.
It does feel it could have been work related.
Okay, yeah, I had that thought. So
and okay. Female. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But he got his head back on, and he's coming. Yay, he's trying to make up for lost time. This actually makes me think of I think it was Dumb and Dumber, where he was trying to find a bike or something to get on to go faster. That's your masculine right now. He's like, come on. He's trying to hitchhike or do whatever he can to get back to where he was. He got off path a little bit. But
I'm so excited to hear that. Oh no, my alarm. Time to go to work. Amy, I hope you're feeling great. Hopefully in the next few days you'll be right on top of your game. So thank you so much for the blessing and for everyone else that's going to help. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, have a beautiful night, and thanks for requesting that too for everyone.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Hello, Charity?
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you so much for that blessing. Thank you for asking for it to the caller before me. That was much needed.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Appreciated. My question for you this evening is about, I guess kind of following everyone else's path, is about my mission work and kind of the timing of it. I recently just quit my job and have decided to go on the path of pursuing my mission work as a full-time job. Right after I quit my job, I was offered a job in a location that I would love to live in, but it would be going right back into the same kind of field that I was in before that I did not enjoy. And then the next day I broke my hand. It's kind of like the universe is like throwing all these things kind of in my path, and I'm wondering if I am going in, it feels like I'm going in the right direction, but I just kind of want to check in.
Okay. I definitely feel like it's a test, and I get a red-tailed hawk. So look at the symbolism of what a red-tailed hawk means. And I think what they're trying to do is get you to move locations. So I think they're trying to tempt you with a great job so that it gets you kind of like thirsty to go to that location or something. But they really love you starting your own business. I definitely feel some energy flowing there. Like they're being very supportive of it, gently starting to unravel. And I feel like in a couple of months that your business might actually start to take some, you may be able to start, what do you call it? Just making some headway, I guess, basically.
Okay.
It'll start going forward and you'll see some forward momentum happening, basically. It's like a slowly but surely thing, but it's like take a couple of months to really just get all the groundwork done, set up the website or whatever stuff you need to, take care of the logistics of it all. But it can start to really take off in a couple months. So that's what, it's July, August, September, mid-September, like September 15th, I feel like you're going to start like getting more customers or something. What?
That's just funny. That's, I'm part of it is I'm teaching classes, and that's when my classes are in September.
Oh.
Two of my classes are like in mid-September, so it's just funny that you mentioned that. So, okay. And I also wanted to ask, I had talked to my twin flame about potentially like working together. We have a lot of things that overlap as far as my mission work.
He wants to.
Okay.
He wants to, yeah.
Is this something that I should be pursuing or just kind of letting develop naturally? We're in communication, but it's not, I guess, in a place where it once was. I mean,
okay, hang on. Writing down ideas, I wouldn't do anything yet, but just writing the ideas down. Okay. And put them all in a folder or something, so that some evening when you guys do, and I know that this is actually coming within about 4 weeks or so, but you guys will have this really great conversation, and it's going to be flowing really well, and then you're going to be able to, you'll be at your place, and you're going to be able to just go over and grab your folder and start showing him some things in there, and you'll get him excited about that. Okay. So stick it away in a folder for now.
Okay.
Cool.
That sounds good. Perfect.
All right.
That was it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great night. Good luck.
You too. Thanks.
Oh, and if you find out what the red-tailed hawk means, if you'd put it in the comments for everybody, that'd be cool, because I think it applies to more people too.
I Googled that just now. I will put that on the comments. But
okay,
thank you.
Bye. I don't know what song that is. Hello? 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 Is somebody there? No, they're not. Let me just see something, because, okay, I'm just going to mute you because you're not answering, so I'm going to get somebody else. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Are you there?
I'm here. Hi.
Oh, hi. I think I heard you on the other line, too, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Should I go ahead?
Yes, you should. Whatever you want to say.
Well, first of all, I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you, and I hope you're feeling better.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it feels really fortuitous, because I think, like a lot of people, I've had numbers come up a lot, and the sevens especially. And so I realized today is 7/7, and getting to talk to you is special. So
yay.
That's kind of cool. So the question that I have is,
but fives have been coming up a lot too. Fives and threes.
What's that?
Fives and threes and fours, actually, yeah.
For me or for in general?
In general, I think there's just a lot of change happening right now, and things that are causing people to, like catalytic events or catalysts that are causing people to go, have a lot of things kind of destroyed, but so new beginnings and new foundations that are stronger are happening, and the sevens come in for that being something that like puts them better on their spiritual path. So there we go.
Interesting. Yeah, so that was kind of a newer thing for me. And also the twin flame, I've only really kind of discovered that idea in the last maybe year or so. But there is somebody that always comes to mind when I think of that or hear things about twin flames or get readings. And I think it's been, sorry, I'm going to get emotional, difficult because that person has been with me every day. And I really want to let go of that because I don't think it does any good, whether that person is my person or not, to have them constantly there. I really want to let go because it feels very difficult sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel like it's an unhealthy obsession or anything like that. I just feel like you had a really great reading where you talked about how the divine feminine felt. and not being able to date anyone else or sleep with anyone else. And I just felt that and carried that for a long time. And it just had such a cathartic effect on me. And I just want to let go of that for a while. And I don't seem to be able to do that.
Okay. Have you listened to any of my talks about soul flames?
About what?
Soul flames.
Soul flame?
Yeah.
Maybe. It sounds familiar.
Okay. So, if a twin flame is refusing to be with you, or you have also like shut the door on them, then you get some, kind of like a plan B. Like the universe wants to make sure that the vibration of the planet is always ascending. So it's going to bring you in somebody it's a similar song and dance to the twin flames a little bit, but they're more ready, more mature, and more willing.
Yeah, okay. Yes, and I have heard you say that, and it's really interesting because that almost feels like that just happened.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
be
I
open.
mean, in terms of someone coming up that I didn't expect, that for the first time made me feel a little bit lighter and like I had that romance and distracted me a little bit for the first time, and is more mature and doesn't give me that same feeling.
Okay.
But that actually just happened last night.
I'm getting tingles on the top of my head, too. He could be a soul mate. A soul mate would be just really super easy, comfortable, and it just kind of takes off.
What it feels like.
Really, okay.
That's
so
what it
those are
feels
really
like.
nice. They're refreshing.
Yeah, I feel like there's just something about this other person that I don't know if it's the excitement that makes it hard to let go, or the attraction that I haven't felt before, or it's just a rut in my brain, but I don't know how to get help letting that go so the right thing can come in, whether that's him or not.
Okay.
So I guess, do you have information about that person, whoever he is?
Like, okay, do you want to know about this? Like, let me just ask what Spirit wants to tell you. Hang on.
Thank you.
They said let go of the twin. Just completely let him go. I have a guided meditation. Yeah, I've got a guided meditation on my website if you want to check it out in my resources tab. It's amysatori.com/resources. And then just do that. Oh, it could be in the. They just said that it could be in the blog support for the divine feminine. It might be in there instead, but check both places, I guess. It's a great meditation that can help you let go of him. And when you're letting go, it's never like a permanent thing. It's just kind of a reset. Right. It allows everything to fall back into natural order instead of controlling it. And hang on, they're saying something about kind of like, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but I was talking about how, you can transform the feel of the twin flame into kind of like a brotherly love kind of thing. Like you will always love him.
I didn't hear that earlier.
Yeah, you will always love him unconditionally and always be there for him, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing. If you should choose a soul flame or something like that, I feel like I've talked to people who've made that choice, and they are able to come to terms with it. They are able to let their twin flame go to a degree, So
yeah, I feel like I've had so many different soul connections that meet the quote-unquote criteria, even though I don't necessarily believe that anything fits a certain pattern. But nothing has felt exactly like this person that has stayed with me, and it's the person that I've had the most difficulty with that has kind of shunned me. So it feels very, very strange to me. And then I've had a relationship with someone that I've always had the sense that they were a twin to me, and I didn't know what that meant, but it was a more brotherly feeling. So,
well, the twin flame is a romantic connection. It's just not, you don't have to be with them. You can decide to make them into a brother. I mean, it's going to be a brother you're attracted to. But
Right.
I mean, I'm just, you
Yeah.
can make it a more appropriate connection by keeping your distance
Right.
and just kind of be more supportive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like with anything. When you commit to somebody, you're going to be attracted to other people, but then there's a sense of honor or integrity to you being with the person you picked. And if your soul flame or your soulmate are brave enough to come forth and they can conquer their fear and come to you, and they're more mature and ready to be there for you and whatnot, then make that choice. You want to raise the vibration of the planet by being your happiest. So this person could actually be a better fit for you. So so now you want me to read into your new guy?
Maybe new or old. I'm really curious about what this person that I've been attached to is to me. And yeah, I guess I'm a little bit curious about this new person, but I feel very comfortable with the new person and hasn't been something that's
just let that evolve. Just keep your heart open. Don't hold the one guy in one hand and hold the other guy with the other hand. You gotta drop the one guy.
Yeah. Okay.
To let the other guy happen.
I feel like that. I feel like I want to do that.
Okay, good. Okay, so let me feel into the old guy.
Okay.
He's pretty miffed I said that. He's got like his hands on his hips. He's like, what the hell? What the hell did you just do to me? Are you serious right now? He's pretty mad. Well, if you snooze, you lose. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He said he's had some really serious stuff that he's had going on, that he's really trying to clean up his life right now, so that it is a good environment for you to come into. Yeah. Would you be willing to commit to her and give her the life that she wants? Absolutely, totally, 100%. Well, then you got to call her and reach out to her and talk to her. You got to give her some kind of line of hope. You got to do something. He said, I will, just once my mess is cleaned up.
Yeah.
So he's let me just I just got a flash of August. He plans to do something in August. Oh, I think he's going to be closer to you or something like that. He's going to make a major move in August.
Okay.
And he's thinking he wants to be a family with you. I see kids involved. I don't know if he has kids or you do, but he's bringing kids into the picture.
I actually don't know him well enough to know that, if we're talking about the same person. Unless it's something I don't know, but I don't think he has kids.
Okay, so maybe he's thinking, maybe he wants kids. I don't know, but I see you guys doing something that has to do with kids.
Interesting.
I mean, no. I was going to say maybe it's you guys, like, going back to kind of a playful, flirty, childlike innocence between the two of you. But I don't think it's that, because he's holding the hands of these kids. Maybe he just really loves kids and wants to go to some festivities that involve kids that the kids are at. I don't know. Or maybe he's a teacher and he's got kids in his life. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but he wants to take things to the next level in August somewhere. So, I mean, you could just, let's see, it's July. So that's about a month out. I feel like 6 to 8 weeks out. So I don't know what to tell you. Just follow your heart and open your heart up to the new guy. Let the old guy go. Because even letting the old guy go, you're still, like, causing that reset to happen. You're giving him plenty of space to just do whatever he wants to do, and that's the best space for him to, like, figure out what's truly authentic for him and best for him.
Exactly, and I feel like I know that, and I feel like this thing that came up just the other night is really nice, because it takes me away from thinking of that, and it gives me a new perspective on romance, and it's nice to be valued, and
Awesome.
And it does help me let go, and I think that's what I really needed. So it's kind of working itself out right as I'm calling you, but
well, I was going to say,
hard thing to let go of, and I want to. Go ahead.
Well, sometimes if we get too obsessed with one person, like too obsessed with the divine masculine, the twin, what happens is love at first sight person will come through to kind of just shock you into realizing that anything is possible. You don't have to be with that one person. So But you got this other guy coming through, the soulmate or whatever, and so that maybe you were able to do that. If you can't shake the twin flame, I bet you anything you're going to have a love at first sight, because it'll just stop you in your tracks. It'll stop everything. It just has this way about it of just like, what?
That's
It's
really
possible to
interesting.
fall in
That's
love with
almost,
somebody in just minutes?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding?
That's a little bit how I felt about this other person. It
Okay.
was the first person I think that's taken my breath away ever.
Okay.
And the only person that I felt that attracted to, I think I've never felt that type of attraction. And
Yeah.
so it's triggered a lot of healing in me that I knew I had to work on. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it also is confusing because of that attraction and feeling like, is it just that egoic attachment? Is it just that physical attachment? Or is that person with me because it's more? Or are they there just for a change? And it doesn't really matter, I feel like, because I feel like the right thing is going to work out for me. And if it's meant for me, I'll love it.
I feel like it's
just
to
starting
lessen
to interfere.
I do feel like it's to lessen your grip. It's to lessen your grip on your twin.
Mm-hmm.
To shake up your grip off of him.
The new person?
No,
that
your
was how
twin.
I
I
felt
said.
about the old person. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's the person now is to help you shift
Yeah.
away from that person.
Okay.
So you can just kind of have a hangman moment. Hangman would be like the
Yeah.
theme of this tonight, like seeing things from a different perspective. You know, they just want to usher in fresh new energy. But I do feel like this guy could be in it for the long term if you want him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The new person?
Yep.
Okay.
Just let it grow.
So does it feel like there's something with the old person? Or is it something that I'm just attached to for some other
No,
reason?
there's definitely something there. He's planning for your future right now. Yeah,
Okay. I guess
he's definitely
that's
planning to come back for you.
Okay, that's helpful
If
to
I were you,
know.
I would
Go
do
ahead.
a quick relationship spread on both of these guys if I were you.
Okay. All right.
You can order that on my website, but that way it goes into a lot more detail and it'll tell you everything you need to know about those two.
Okay. Awesome. Well, this is really great to get to talk to you. I really appreciate it. I've appreciated all of
You're
your
welcome.
videos, and I really loved the What's the Divine Feminine, the purpose of the Divine Feminine. That made me cry too. That was really beautiful that you shared that. So.
Oh, in the last,
Thank you.
You mean the last episode? I think it was 138 in the beginning. That was awesome, right?
Yes, yeah, and it was so beautiful, and it was one of the first times I think I really looked at myself as such a gift, and it really changed my perspective about how much I had to offer to that person and overcoming a lot of insecurities. So,
oh, that's awesome.
So thank you to you and that person. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Amy. Bye.
All right, have a good night. Hello?
Hello? Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Hi. So I am kind of newer to you. I came across some of your videos, and I was just wondering more about the ghosting in the twin flame situation. I have one guy who I really believe is my twin. I don't know if he is or not, I guess. But we have this really magnetic connection, and then he'll just disappear. And we've been doing this for a year and a half at least.
Oh, my gosh.
And, yeah, and it's long and draining, and I just, kind of curious to see if there's anything that I should keep pursuing, or if I'm just wasting my time at this point.
Yeah, no, this is very normal. You might want to check out my video. It's called, are you still there? Are you there? Okay. I think that caller just got terminated accidentally or something. She accidentally hung up. So you could just check out my video. It's called The Different Types of True Love Relationships. It goes into detail about how all this works. But basically, when the relationship isn't ready, then you get ghosted pretty much. The masculines have to go through kind of a maturing process. so they're not usually ready when they meet you, and you're part of the reason why they do mature and why they do kind of grow up and start to honor themselves more, and they step more fully into their authenticity and get more real about their lives. A lot of times these masculines have been people pleasers for a while, and they have had they've let society dictate who they should be, what they should do, and everything. So when they meet their feminines, they feel really inspired and excited to be their true selves. If they're mature enough to handle it, then they can step right into a new life with their feminine. But if they're scared of it still and they can't quite, have the courage to kind of step into those shoes, then it takes a while. It could take weeks, months, or years for the masculine to kind of evolve to the point where he can and will take personal responsibility for himself. And when they are both like kind of more on the same level, and they can both talk from that level of taking responsibility for themselves and their own happiness, then it can work. But if either or both of the twin flames come together prematurely, then it can go right back apart into separation if either of them start blaming each other for each other's happiness. So that's kind of how that works. It's a maturing process, and they ghost because they don't know what else to do, and because they end up going and dating karmic people and being kind of like bossed around and controlled and manipulated so that they can be kind of abused for a while, and until they realize their worth, until they rise up above it and say, I deserve better than this. Then they break free of that, and then they run right to their feminines. That separation process also is there to train or to have feminines start to make it a more spiritual path. They have to address their own abandonment issues and their own insecurities about their bodies, and almost always the feminines think that they're lacking in some way. And the masculines do too. They just feel like they're unworthy of the connection, and they just feel like they have to somehow be perfect in order to be with her, which is absolutely, completely wrong. But you can't convince them otherwise. And the feminines, they're pretty convinced that they're not pretty enough because the masculines are usually more attractive and all kinds of things. So they just go through all these insecurities with song and dance stuff having to do with just kind of growing up and maturing through that process. And he ghosts while she sits there and wonders what the heck happened to him. He goes and has a lot of sex with karmic people, and she sits there totally abstaining from sex because she's so in love with them and doesn't want to be with anybody else. And this goes on for a long time until they're finally both mature enough on the same level to make it work. So that's it in a nutshell. Anyway, and if you guys have more questions about that, you can either call back to the show or you can ask a question in the comments, and I'll try to do my best to clarify. It is a frustrating process for both, but don't you think for a minute that because he's ghosting you, he's not thinking about you. He's definitely thinking about you and loving you very much from afar. That is always the case. It will always be the case. You're never going to lose his love. He will not lose your love. That just doesn't happen. So trust that, know that, and know what's in the cards. The cards will tell the truth every time. And it can be really hard to have, trust in your intuition and trust in the cards, but I've seen it time and time again, so many times I can't tell you guys. The masculines will lie to you. They will tell you that they aren't even into you, and they will completely do things like that because they feel like you deserve better than them, and they'll try to get away from you even if they have to lie. So don't pressure them. Just reach out to them just for the sake of reaching out and letting them know that you love them and you care about them, and just let the whole thing go and just, enjoy yourself and make the best of your life and your circumstances and just be happy. And eventually you're going to end up with somebody you really love tremendously that's a true love relationship. And it doesn't matter if you're with your twin flame or if it's a soul flame or a soulmate or whatever is going to come through. As long as your vibration is high, then you're going to attract somebody who's beautiful for you. Okay, so have yourselves a great night, you guys. Thank you so much again for watching and listening and sharing this with your friends. And we'll talk to you next time on the Satori Show.